remember the Callies.
Yes.
What are these? LP UNF?
Yes.
LP UNF. Yeah.
Good speakers? All right.
Yes.
So then I just got in to test. I just finished testing them last night, actually. These Neumann KH80.
Oh.
Hold on
nice,
a second.
dude.
Hold on.
But they're like, let me see if I can do two at a time. Hold on. That's what. Yep, immediately. I'm gonna do them sideways. But
Neumann.
shut up, Shauna.
Oh man, that thing's tiny.
So man, now the guy
That's what she said.
now the guy who sent the Neumann to me is like, look what you're doing. Hold on.
Like, you ruined it.
Let's pretend I'm not a patron and I don't know, so I won't say. But I mean,
They're good. They're really
Neumann.
good. Like they are meant as a near field monitor, and like most near field monitors, they because they have such good constant directivity and the high frequency, meaning like the radiation, the horizontal dispersion is so constant. What happens is as you get further and further away, those reflections are reinforced. Like that sound is reinforced by the reflections. So as you get further away from the speaker and the room is involved more, you start to hear more of those reflections. So you can have a higher frequency treble bump than you would really want than if you were right up close and there was hardly any reflection. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Just because of the sound that's going out to the side is so similar to the sound that's coming directly at you that all of those sounds basically just start stacking up on top of each other in the high frequency. I guess that's like the best way I can explain it. So you wind up with like kind of, it starts to tilt down in the mid range and then it just starts to flatten off at the top. But so many desktop like near field monitors have that it's normal. But that's the only downside of these kind of speakers is that if you sit too far away, like say maybe further than a couple meters, and or you have a pretty reflective room, like you've got them close to nearby side walls, then they can come off a little bit hot. But you can EQ it down, right? You could bring that down if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why people don't like studio monitors, they're like, oh, it sounds too clinical. Maybe it's kind of like what you're describing there.
Could be, man. Yeah, it actually could be that. The reason I don't like studio monitors for far field listening is so many of them incorporate that limiter, right? So the bass is just limited as you get higher in volume. And I'm like, dude, where'd the bass go? Like, I would rather have the distortion than no bass, at least up to a point, right?
I thought it was because you're going to say because you want to include your own tube amps.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You want the choice to be able to throw in, some Dayton Audio tube amps or something like that. I don't know.
Definitely. I definitely do want to do that. I was just playing with tube amps. That's why I'm sweating because they're so freaking hot.
Are you serious? You have some tube amps? You got some tube amps to review or what?
That Dayton HTA 200, it's like 100 watts at 4 or 150 watts at 4. I can't remember now. They spec it kind of weird.
I know. Of course I know. I'm part of the I'm part of the
Of course you know.
I'm going to start shilling out Aaron's Patreon. That's my new thing. You know what I mean? Like we always have to have something to shill.
Tight pants.
So I'm shilling out Aaron's Patreon because this dude actually puts in work over there. He does the polls. I get an email. He's asking
emails.
What do you can actually respond on the email.
Can you?
Directly. You can put it on the email and just choose the one on the email.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you actually told me that because when I posted that today, immediately I had somebody that replied. So I opened it up to reply back to him. And I saw that there was like 10 votes already. And I was like, good Lord, like how are people able to respond? So, I mean, within minutes. Working the poll. What does that mean? Like the North Pole, maybe, because I'm Santa?
Yes,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Santa from Alabama.
I'll be working at South Pole. Wait.
So it's funny because you asked, like, what do you want to review? Can I say, like, the ones that you asked or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, because nobody here can vote on us that they're not Patreon.
You're like, do we want you to review the Dayton Tube Amp or the Kef Blade Meta 2 or whatever it's called, right?
Blade 2 Meta, yeah.
Blade 2 Meta. Or what was the third one?
These Neumann KH80s.
Okay. And everybody, I think a lot of people want the Kefs.
I like your reply. Yeah, go ahead.
I want you to hold on to those Kefs for as long as possible.
I kind of want
So I'm like, let's leave that for last.
I think that's a good idea. I'll just keep doing that poll and I'll be like, oh, something came up and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, you do an awesome job. So for anybody who's not a patron, you know,
shanked.
there's only a few folks who are doing like awesome things, but I think Aaron's doing something awesome. So
Thank you.
definitely, if you have some extra funds and you want to support what he's doing, you know, he's getting better at promoting his own stuff. You know, he has his own thing at the end, but he's
the videos are also getting shorter in length, which is great. It's great. I don't end up wanting to like
go ahead.
Go to
because I'm gonna see you in person in like 3 weeks. So go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll forget you said it by then, but I'm pretty good at like holding on.
You're like
to
an
grudges.
elephant, bro. You'll never forget.
Yeah, dude. No, I won't forget. I'll just run up and punch you in the balls before you even have a chance to say hey. I'll go, pow!
Oh no.
I'm gonna be like, what was it? Jim Carrey and was it Ace Ventura? What was it that he?
No, Dumb and Dumber. Was it Dumb and Dumber? Wasn't it?
Was that it? When he was like, and then he gave like the sack lunch. Like he ripped the dude's heart out.
Oh,
what was that? He was like daydreaming or something.
Look at that. A banner.
Oh, look at that.
Patreon.com/Aaron's Audio Corner.
Aaron's Audio Corner. That's right. Go and join, and I will give you nothing in return.
Go and join. You know,
yeah,
$10. You could do it. You'll get a lot out of it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy having that conversation with like, you know, with not the public sometimes for certain reasons.
Well, also you kind of tend to attract more of the people who kind of know what they're talking about.
That's kind of what I'm saying, right?
A little higher level. You know, you go in there and you ask a question, and people are like, they actually know what they're saying. So
yeah, like Napier Lopez, right?
Oh,
like he gives his feedback is always really good because it's very thoughtful, and it always gives me like a different take on what I'm looking at. You know, because he has a different perspective of measurements and things because he's done a lot of them himself too. I like that.
Exactly. So definitely, you know, I want to plug that just because,
well, thank
you know, it's really good what you're doing over there. I don't even know how you do that and YouTube, because like YouTube already is a lot of work to make videos, edit videos, review the thing, and then like this is a whole different thing. It's like you put a lot into it. It's not just like here's a little extra. You actually do a lot. So
and then like my thing is like I'm like once this video's done, I want to put it out into the world, and you're like, no, this is for patrons only right now. Like I'm like, oh, I'm like, how do you do that?
Trying to stick to the deal, man. You know, that's part of it. If you join, then you get to see the videos a little bit earlier, and that's kind of the perk.
Okay.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.